So here's an example of a dividing polynomials question that we're going to do. And so first we write it out like we'd write out a long division problem. So x take 4 divided into x squared minus 7x plus 12. Okay, so the first step is we look at the highest term of this bit here, which is our divisor, the highest power of x, and we see how many times this goes into the highest power of our dividend, which is this bit here. So we're basically seeing how many times does x go into x squared, and the answer is x times. So we put x in the x's place. I'm not going to put it here because this is my x squareds column. This is my x's column. So x times x makes x squared. Next we see, okay, how many times does x minus 4, what do I get if I multiply x by x minus 4? And then, so the answer is x times x is x squared, and I write that in the x squared place, and x times negative 4 is negative 4x, and we subtract these terms. Now you'll notice that we did it for a reason, and that this part will always subtract to 0, so x squared take away x squared is 0. Negative 7x take away negative 4x. Okay, so that's the same. I'm taking away a negative number here, so that's the same as adding. So negative 7 plus 4 is negative 3x. Then we drag down this 12 here. So the next bit I'm looking at is negative 3x plus 12, and I want to know again how many times does the highest power of my divisor, highest power of x of my divisor, go into the highest power of x of what I've got left in my dividend. So x, how many times does it go into negative 3x? Well, it goes in negative 3 times. So we put negative 3 in the units place. And again we say, okay, let's do negative 3 times my divisor and write that underneath. So negative 3 times x is negative 3x. And negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. And you'll notice that very happily when we subtract these we get 0, so we haven't got a remainder. So we can write this problem back out as x squared minus 7x plus 12 divided by x minus 4 is equal to x minus 3. And actually, if we multiply both sides of this equation here, this relationship, by x minus 4, you'll see it in a more familiar form, which is like the factorization of x squared minus 7x plus 12, x minus 3, x plus 4. Right, all I've done is multiplied both sides by x minus 4, and we see that actually this is just the factorized form of this. And that's essentially what you're doing when you're doing a division, right? You're finding the factor. Right, now let's do an example where we get a remainder. So this example is going to give us a remainder. So I do exactly the same process all over again. So first up I write it out like a long division problem, and then once we've got it written out, we start looking at what the highest power of x in the divisor is, and we look at how many times that goes into the highest power of x in the dividend. So how many times does x go into 5x squared? The answer is 5x times, which I put in the x's place. Then we do 5x times by x minus 1. So 5x times x is 5x squared. 5x times negative 1 is negative 5x. And we subtract. So first step is 5x squared, take away 5x squared is 0. 7 subtract negative 5x is negative 2x, right? If I subtract a negative number, it's adding it. So we've got dearie me, not negative 2, 12. $12x, and we'd bring down the negative 8. So x minus 1 into 12x. How many times does that go? Well, it goes 12 times. So we put 12 in the units place, and again we say 12 times x minus 1, so 12x minus 12. And now we do the subtraction once again. 12x take with 12x, nothing. Negative 8 subtract negative 12 is negative 8 plus 12, which is positive 4. And we're done. That's our remainder. So we can write out the solution: 5x squared plus 7x minus 8 divided by x minus 1 equals 5x plus 12, and this remainder, which is actually 4 divided by x minus 1, right? That 4 is 4 divided by x minus 1, not just 4 units. Okay, and so that there is our solution.